All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we are live in full effect right here, right now with living legend. We got West Coast finest. We got Izrell live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
Absolutely, man. I'm good, man. Blessed, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I gotta ask, man, how's everything on your end, man? With right now the world's going crazy, man. We're going through lockdowns, then we open back up, then we're locked down again. Like, how's everything down on your end out in California?
Well, I mean, they opening everything back up. I mean, like slowly but surely. I mean, so we've been getting like everybody else been getting, like we've been locked down or whatever. But man, we've been keeping it positive. Shit.
Hey, man, that's the best route to go, man. Positivity, you know what I mean? Just gotta stay positive, especially during these hard times.
Absolutely.
But I gotta ask you, man, because you came here to talk about music and new projects. So of course, man, we're not gonna talk about the coronavirus all night, man. But I want to take you back to when times were much simpler for everybody all over the world, man. Back when you actually first started your musical journey. But I want to know, man, like what actually sparked and inspired the legendary career of Izrell.
Man, I mean, like I always been a fan of hip hop, music or whatever. But just just kind of like just being a fan of the culture, just in general. You know what I'm saying? And I got into like writing rhymes, like, and it was just like I just want to put music out to the world. You know what I mean? I just want to get it out. I don't give a fuck about the politics or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, and you know what? That right then and there, man, I don't blame you, man. There's way too much politics and bullshit in the world nowadays, man. Sometimes people just want to hear some real music and some real positivity, man. And that's what I love about your music, man, because you most definitely keep it real 110% of the time.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Because it's just like I feel like once you once you get once you get into the politics and then it start like it's like your shit is tampered with. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just try to keep my shit uncut, raw. You know what I mean? Straight to the point. You know what I mean? Believable. And yo, I'm not out here pushing 1,000 keys, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just here to make some good music.
Hey, man, and also, speaking of making good music, man, you also actually caught the eye of the Hieroglyphics, man, where you were actually signed to the Hieroglyphics recordings. I was wondering, man, how did yourself and Hyro get connected, and of course, what was it like being signed to that legendary West Coast imprint?
Yeah. So basically, you know what I mean. Like Smash Rockwell Casual, you know what I mean. That's my guy. You know what I mean. Actually, the whole Hyro fam, that's my peoples. You know what I'm saying. So growing up in Oakland, that's a legendary clique. You know what I'm saying? And they don't fuck with anybody, and so they're not gonna vouch for no sugar coated shit or some shit that's not authentic. You know what I'm saying? And so me dealing with Cash, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers look at him like he's a stellar MC. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like for for me to uh for me to start working with him and to say like, yeah, I'm fucking with this, that was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? So we just hooked up just like, passing through and just me paying my dues, just putting my work in, you know what I mean? And him hearing some shit and like, I'm fucking with that, you know what I mean? And building from there. So man, shout out to, Smash Rockwell, the Hyro crew, you know what I mean? That fam, that's what's up.
And also, man, taking you back to 2012, you actually released the album The Talk of the Town, man. I always wanted to know, man, what's the story and inspiration behind that phenomenal record? And is it actually available to be purchased today?
Absolutely. So you can go to my Bandcamp, Israel, at like the Bandcamp site. So that's produced strictly by G Cool. That's that is a classic. That is a classic. So like with that right there, I just wanted to kind of like represent, you know, like we known out here in the Bay Area, like if I go somewhere, if I hop on the plane and I hop off, you know, they'd be like, you know, they'd get to talking about like some pimp shit or, you know, some shit like that, but it's just like, no, we got real bars out here too. It's like, it's a lot of, you know, MCs out here that take this shit really serious, and so I just want to represent that with that, you know what I mean? And then Cool P had, you know, man, a mad scientist on the beach, you know what I'm saying, to just put it together. So I just wanted to put it together on some, like, I thought about, like, NWA when they put their albums together, like, just shit just sounded like a big story, you know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to do that with that particular album right there, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
And I gotta say as well, man, I really love the joint on that record titled Grease My Palms, man. To me, that's my favorite joint out of that, like, 13-track record.
Correct. Man, and it's just, like, vintage hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, I want to stick to, like, what sounds good, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just, like, sonically what sounds good, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, I'm trying to be on my own shit. I'm trying to be on some different shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, at the end of the day, I'm a student of the game, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to pay homage at the same time, and then dip and dive and put my own little flavor on certain little shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's a nice joint, man, right there, man. I like that, man. Like, I like the whole project, period, man. I love the whole project, period.
And the one project as well that you actually dropped in 2012, you actually released another phenomenal record titled The Death of Mr. Town. And that was actually exclusively on your SoundCloud. And I know as well, man, you used to call yourself Mr. Town as well. So I know there must be a huge story behind just the name of that album, man. And I was wondering, what actually made you decide to call that The Death of Mr. Town?
So where I went with that is, like, I was going with Mr. Town, and I didn't wanna like just like pigeonhole myself to, you know, like when I go out, like, let's say if I touch down in Nebraska, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want, like, they'd be like, well, what's your name? Mr. Town, you know what I mean? And it was just like, I didn't want to pigeonhole myself with that shit, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, on the block, people call me real, you know what I'm saying? And so it was just like, that is real. So it is real, you know what I'm saying? So that's where that came from, you know what I mean? So I just ran with that like that. And it's just like, at the end of the day, I just want the music to speak for itself. I don't want to, you know, that's just like me saying, I ain't Mr. Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that.
And I gotta say as well, man, they don't make hip-hop like that, man. That's one of the most authentic projects that I ever actually sat back and listened to, man. And I just want to give you your flowers, man, while you're on my station and just say, man, this is some real hip-hop, man, and thank you for actually helping to keep that real, rugged, raw sound alive, man, because we need more hip-hop artists like yourself.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate that, man. You know, definitely, man, that's all I'm about. Is just, like I say, I'm a student of the game. You know what I mean? And when I first started writing rhymes and wanted to be an MC, it was just like I was surrounded by like dudes that I fuck with. You know, I was in a crew called the Royal Regiment. You know what I mean? And they groomed me because I was just a young street dude. You know, just kicking street raps and talking about hanging on the corner, and you know, but they introduced me to, like, you know what I mean, like a different part of the game, like so far as like lyrics and putting schemes together. Like, you know, my boy my boy, 50, we, my boy Chris, we called him 50 Grand. He had a studio. You know what I'm saying? He had a studio. We would come through there and we would lay shit. We had like a group. You know what I'm saying? And then my boy D Sharp, he was a DJ. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so we would go through there and build, and it was just like they just upped me on certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's more to just kicking like gangster shit, or you know what I mean? Like they would classify it as West Coast shit. You know what I mean? Like yeah, like West Coast gangster shit. You know what I mean? Like if we talking about musically, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, hold on, these dudes like they set me down and was just like, you need to listen to this shit. These dudes are MCs, and we grew up on like real hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? So they grew me to find out how to blend the two together.
And also as well, man, as you already know, we got connected via Soloflex, a phenomenal producer and beat maker out there on the West Coast. But I gotta ask, man, how did yourself and Soloflex actually get connected, man? And of course, do you guys have any current projects in the works right now?
Absolutely. Yeah, man, you know what I mean? Just working, you know what I mean? And we do got some shit coming down the pipeline, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like some real hip hop shit, you know. I met him, and that's a real solid brother right there, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to connect with positive people and real individuals, you know what I'm saying? So, man, be on the lookout, man. I mean, stay tuned, man. Me and Soloflex, we got some shit cooking, you know what I mean? Some real hardcore, you know what I mean? Hip hop shit, no daffodils and roses, man.
And I gotta say, I just want to give one giant huge shout out live to Soloflex, man. He is such a phenomenal individual that supports everything we do here at the radio station. So if y'all ain't fucking with Soloflex, make sure you head on out there, look him up, purchase some beats, you know what I mean? If you have a project, make sure you snag yourself some beats today. Get them, or you most definitely will regret it.
Absolutely, man. And, hey, you know what I mean? You gotta watch that guy, man. You know, I mean, the hard drive is like kind of crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a scientist too, man. Hey, a real alien, man, with this shit, man. Just not the typical, man. We just try to be on some different shit.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I heard some of the beats that this man actually cooked up, and I'm telling you, man, it's enough to melt the motherboard on your computer. So make sure you play this shit on a backup computer, man. You know.
Period. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, because I find that a lot of people try to keep up with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's just like it really comes down to, what are you in this for? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing this for? Are you in it for some fame? Are you know, do you want to get a couple of chicks? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing this for? You know what I mean? Like me, when I started writing rhymes, you know what I mean? I wanted to be the nicest motherfucker out. Period. You know what I'm saying? So all throughout my career, that has never changed. You know what I'm saying? And that's my motivation, and that's the eye of the tiger for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about no money or none of that. I'm like, I'm not gonna inconvenience myself, but at the same time, when it comes to the music, I'm gonna let it be known.
I most definitely agree, man. I really do. And speaking of letting it be known, man, on April 14th of 2019, you performed at Spring Fling College Nights, man. I gotta ask, what was that opportunity like? And of course, man, how do individuals go about booking you for a concert? Of course, like after COVID-19 or COVID-19 restrictions permitting.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can hit me up, Izrell, Izrell 3200 @gmail.com. You know, hit me on the Instagram, Izrell @Izrell. You know, yeah. And so far as performing at that was a fun little situation, man. It was There's a lot of shooby doobies out there, man. You know, that was out there in L.A., man. Yeah, man. It's nice, man. I'm trying to come to Canada, man, when I can.
Hey, man, I gotta say, we most definitely gotta get you out here, yourself and Soloflex, man, you know what I mean? Because we gotta have the man behind the beats there manning the machine, man, so you already know, you guys got a ticket to Canada, Izrell, and Soloflex, man. After this COVID-19 shit is over with, hopefully we can get back to doing some concerts like we used to, and we gotta get you guys down here to the east coast of Canada for sure.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to my man Soloflex, man, you know what I mean? I mean, without him, it wouldn't be possible. You know what I mean? We doing this shit, and I mean, what do we need to do to make it happen? I mean, what do we need to do to make it happen?
But also, man, you actually had the opportunity to work with G-Coop and O-Man on the project titled In the Game. I was wondering, how did yourself and those two amazing individuals get connected? And of course, what was it like collaborating on that project with them?
Oh man, that's my brothers right there. You know what I mean? Like, we just wanted to basically show, like, we had already been working behind the scenes and working together. Period. You know what I'm saying? But we wanted to show how you can build something high from A to Z. So that's what that was.
But I gotta ask you as well, man. Like one of your most recent projects is actually titled Hiroshima. I was wondering if you could tell our listeners a bit more about that phenomenal project, and of course, where can we actually stream or purchase ourselves a copy of that today?
Okay, so Hiroshima, yeah, like you can go to Bandcamp, Izrell at Bandcamp. You know what I'm saying? And stream that, or you can purchase it or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a good project, and I got some shit coming out with my man Stephen King. I got some shit coming out with my man CMT. You know, I got some shit coming out with my man Rashid from the Big Head Science, you know what I'm saying? So a couple of things coming out, man. Just tune in with me, man, at Izrell on Instagram at IZRELL, and just tune in with me. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I got a lot of shit going on, bro. I got a lot of shit going on.
And also, man, this is actually the time, quickly, when you say you got a lot of shit going on, man, this is the time, because I know I can't touch base on everything in a person's career, because, you know, you got a very lengthy career within the music industry, so if there's anything I happen to miss during this interview, bro, anything else you still want to talk about or promote, now's the time, man. Let our Canadian listeners know what is next for Izrell.
So, yeah, like I said, I have King Izrell coming, produced by Stephen King. I had the Book of Izrell, produced by Nag Champa from Big Head Sciences. I have a project produced by CMT Miraculous, you know what I'm saying? That's coming up. And so they just tune in with me, you know, tap in my Instagram, you know, I drop a few visuals, you know, YouTube, man, and that's what I could say. You know, that's about the size of it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be on all digital platforms, man. And like I said, back to what I was saying earlier, I want to get out there to Canada and, you know, see what's going on with that scene out there.
Hey, man, most definitely, once the borders open back up, make that a reality.
Absolutely. Is the border still closed?
Oh yeah, the border's been closed up, I think, for almost, damn, man, it sounds bad to say, over a year now. They're only allowing essential traffic and workers, so obviously like transport truck drivers and whatnot, so we can get what we need. But as for travelers and whatnot, they locked it right down.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, in between time, I definitely want to do some, you know, maybe some drops or something, you know, collaborate with some artists. I mean, who is some of the high artists out there in Canada, like that really got that bar work right?
Well, they say Drake, but me personally, he's more of a pop artist. He's not hip hop, in my opinion. But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's one of the biggest artists to date, obviously, out here in Canada. But Canada's a very rural area for hip hop, man. Not a lot of real hip hop artists really make it past the border, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, we have our Biebers and we have our Drake and whatnot, but we don't really have a real huge hip hop artist that really made it worldwide. Like, we have obviously Maestro Fresh West. He is like a, you know, hip hop pioneer down here. We have Shaw Claire. You know, we also have an individual by the name of Classified. I don't know if you heard about him, man, but he's actually considered a Canadian hip hop legend.
Okay. What about Cardinal Official?
That, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard from him in a while, man. Like, I knew he was really big. I remember he was doing his shit with Akon back in the day, Dangerous and whatnot. But I'm not sure if he's still doing music. Me personally, I could be wrong, and if my listeners are listening and I am wrong, don't rip me a new asshole. You know what I mean? I'm one person, but I haven't really heard of Carnell in a while, me personally.
Right. Yeah, man. Well, I definitely want to tap in with the underdogs. That's what I represent, the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm sure it's some spitters in Canada. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanna tap into, because it's like, I don't want to fuck the politics. Like, it's just like, if you come in the room and you hear this dude spit, is he nice? Okay, cool. Let's work. You know what I'm saying? If you come in the room and this person makes beats and they turn their beats on, are they nice? That's what counts. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, if you come across a dude that, let's say he's a freak and he likes to fuck and he got 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? And so he got to take care of them kids, but he makes fire beats. He don't got time to be fucking around on the internet. You know what I'm saying? He might not have 80,000 followers on Instagram, but he's making that crack, though. He's making the shit that will take you where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I mean when I say the politics is like, fuck that shit. Is that shit slapping? Is he ripping on the line? Let's go. So that's what I'm about, bro.
Hey, man, I gotta say, most definitely, man. We do got some great artists down here in Canada, brother. But I gotta say, first and foremost, Izrell, man, it was an honor to welcome you on my radio station, man. And most definitely keep in touch, man. Because once these borders open back up, we most definitely will work something out and get you down here to Canada for a show.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, you already know what to do. I appreciate you as well and your time, man. Most definitely stay safe out there on the West Coast, and man, we most definitely shall chop it up soon.
Absolutely.
You already know what to do, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and have yourself a wonderful night.
All right, take it easy.